Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel, and today I'll be discussing about string in JavaScript, and the major focus for today's tutorial is actually to get you acquainted with the string in JavaScript, the string method, and how it's being used. And this tutorial is actually going to be very basic. It's going to be very beginner friendly, and if you're already a developer or you already know that, this can be a kind of reminder for you on string in JavaScript, those string method, those string manipulation, and everything you can do with string. Now, string is very important for every developer in JavaScript or any other programming language. And string in JavaScript stores a series of characters, so like letters. We have maybe a name, John Doe, so string John Doe, the name uh, can be regarded as a string. So it stores, some series of character. A very good example of string in JavaScript, which is usually being represented with single code, or you can wrap it in a single code. This is an example of a string, just like I said, John Doe. This is a string. You can have another one of any other thing, right, that is being wrapped well within this quotation. JavaScript normally reads that as a string. And as I said, you can also wrap it in double quotes. You can also have it something like this. This is also a string. So the only thing you need to take note of is, if you're starting it with a double quote, you have to end it with a double quote. And also in ESCs, you can also use the backtick, which is the symbol by the right side of number one on your keyboard to wrap string up. The backtick symbol is this symbol which I'm having right here. And with ES6, you can actually, you know, create your string in this format. So this is an example of a string in JavaScript. So in case you don't know what that is, I believe you've already seen one now. And basically, I'll be talking about some string method. Now, these methods are actually there for you to kind of manipulate the string, to kind of perform some kind of logic on the string, where you don't necessarily need to create some kind of function because they are already there. They help you do the kind of logic on your string, and these are very handy, and you can make use of them in your functions and thereabout. Now, the first one, just like I have on my list over here on the board, that I really want to talk about is the string dot length method. Now, the string.length method actually returns you the number of items you have in your string. That is the collection of the total sum of items you have in your string. Mind you, the dot length method also counts the space you have. Now, if you want to check for what is the dot length of this this string I'm having here, John Doe, the dot length will actually count the J, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, the space 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the string dot length method will return you 8 because we have 8 characters on the name string which we're having in here. So that is how the string dot length method works. I basically we have to kind of explain that to you on the board here, and then we'll quickly go to the code editor where we can actually put that array practice, and you see the output of what I'm talking about. So if you're new to JavaScript or programming in general, you can get to see that, and you can try to code along with me and see how that works. Well, before then, let me quickly run you through how those method works on the board here. So that's how the dot length method works. And the next string method is the index of. Now, the index of method of string actually returns you the index position of a particular item which you're passing into the bracket. So now for this index of, what you're trying to say is you want to know the index of letter A because A is being passed in the bracket here. So that's how the index of method works. And the next one is the search method of the string. The search method actually, kind of run through the string you provided and then search if a particular characters or a particular item you pass is actually being located in that string. Now, take for instance, what this will actually set on the string, it will check if the letters item is actually existent in that string. Now, if it's not there, it will actually return you a false value, a negative one because the item is not there. But if it's there, it will actually returns you a truthful value. So that's how the string search method works. It's kind of very handy. Maybe you have some long string of text that can contain some thousands letters, or some bunch of words, and you actually just want to search if a particular word or a particular character is in that string. So the search method actually returns you that is, it comes very handy in those kind of scenario. That is very important. So the next one, the item number 4, which I want to talk about, is the string slice method. Just like the way the name appears, the slice method is actually used, to slice out some part of the string. It returns you those slice items. Now, for the slice item, you actually need to pass in, which is it is not. You need to pass in 2 items. The first item you're passing in, which is usually a number, is actually the start index of where the slice operation will begin from, and the second item, which you will be passing in, is actually representing where the slice operation will actually stop. And if you actually don't have an end index, if you don't pass in the second item, the slide method will actually start from the beginning index where you specify down to the end of the string. Now, if you don't pass in anything, the string slice will actually kind of slice out every string you have, in your variable. So that's how the slice method works. And the next string method I want to talk about is the string split method. The string split method actually converts your string into an array. You can actually specify where you want to break it from, where you want to kind of break the string into, the elements in the array. You can specify by space, or by some letters, or by any kind of item you want to kind of use to split up and break your string into an array. Now, for this very one, if I should specify I want to split by space, so this will break this string into an array of 2 items because I only have just one space in there. So I will have John as one item in the array, and then I will have Doe as another item in my array. So that's how the string split method works. And if I should split by D, then I will have the first item in my array, which is John, and the second item OE. So wherever the method sees a D in my string, it will break it down and it will split those into my array. So that's how it works, and you get to see that real quick once we go to the code editor. And the next string method is the trim method. The trim method is actually very important in removing white spaces on your string. Now, that's white spaces that most especially the ones that comes at the beginning or at the end of your string. Now, take for instance, let me say I have I have some space here. Let me do it with the dot, and then I have some other space. Let me quickly do it with this, and so assuming I have this kind of white spaces at the beginning and at the end of my string. So if you want to do away with them, you can actually make use of the trim method, and that will actually help you to do away with the white spaces. And now the string replace method, just like the name appears, it's actually used to replace some part of the string, and it's very important. Maybe you have some word in your string and you want to replace some part of it, so that's where the string replace method comes in very handy. And for the string replace method, you have to pass in 2 items. The first item is the part of the string you want to replace, that is those letters you want to replace, and then the second item you're passing in is what you want to fixing what will be going in as the new replace item. So the first one item to be replaced, and the other one is the items that will be the replaced item. That's what we're going to fix in into your string. So that's how, guys, the string replace method works. And next item is the string concat method. The string concat method is very important if you want to concatenate, or you want to match two strings together. Let me show you just about real quick here. I have a string here of a name. Let me make hello. I have a string of hello, and assuming I have another string of world. Now the string concat method comes in very handy here. So if I want to concatenate, if I want to join these two words together, I want to make them, these are two separate strings. If I want to, I want to join them together, and then I want it to become a single string, then um, the concat method can be used in this kind of place. It's used to concatenate or to join two strings together. And next item on my list is the string to lower method. Now, the to lower case actually helps you to convert every part of the string to lower case. Now, take for instance, I have some string like this: hello world. I have some kind of mixed up kind of string here. I have some uppercase and lowercase letters. The string to lowercase method helps you to convert every item in the string. You can use that to convert everything to lowercase. Just like the name implies. And same thing with the dot up to uppercase. It converts every part of the string to uppercase. So that's how the to lower and to uppercase work. And lastly on my list is the char art method. Now, the char art method helps you to return which string appears on a particular index. Now, take for instance, on my string, I want to know which item is found on index number 23, so I have to pass in the index number within my bracket, and that will return me the letters that is position on that particular index on my string, and it will return null if no letters is currently in that string. Now, for instance, maybe there's no letter there. I only have the last letters on my string is at index number 20, and I'm trying to get a letter at position number 23, so this will not return me a result. This will return null because I have no letters in there. So that's basically some of the few string method, and these are the way you kind of make use of them. And in the next tutorial, I'll actually put this on my code editor. We'll also log them out for you to see. So thank you very much for sticking with me. Thank you for watching. You can feel free to subscribe, and you can feel free to share the video, like and comment. And if you have any other thing you really want me to talk about, or you want me to improve more on, I would really love to see that on the comment section. So thank you once again, and see you in the next tutorial.